We're talking Rider football, and let's go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline and bring in, he's our favorite guest on the show, and we've said this many, many times. But, Charleston, I think you and I need to have a serious conversation. Because on Saturday, I was put in an uncomfortable situation at McMahon Stadium. I am in the elevator waiting to go up to the press box. I want to say hi to Dave and Luke. And guess who walks on? Your old boss, the guy who has the best tan in the Canadian Football League, John Huffnickel. And it's a good thing Huff doesn't know who I am. Okay, and he doesn't know that you and I go on the radio and that you said they're going to be the worst team in the CFL West Division this year. And I'm like, yeah, let's go, Charles. Yeah, and all this. So quite right. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's going good. And I'm just, keep in mind, he has no idea who I am, but I'm feeling bad. And then I saw after the game, Huff, his wife, a group of friends, they're high-fiving. It's smiles all around. Ooh, all was good in Huff's world on Saturday night.
Yeah, but why were you feeling bad? You said that you got to hold strong. You got to stand on business, man. You got to stand on business.
Should I have told him, Huff, these 7 wins, it's a fluke. You're a mirage. You're not making the playoffs. I'll phone Charleston Hughes right now. We'll get him on FaceTime.
No, man. They're playing good right now, man. And there's no ifs, ands, buts about it, man. Every time VA's out there on the field and that team, they're playing on a whole nother level. They're dominating, on all phases of the game. It's amazing to watch them play and watch, how well he's just orchestrating the offense. I mean, I guess him are just clicking like no other, because I've never seen a quarterback just play this good besides Bo Levi under that system. I mean, it's awesome to see.
Dave Dickinson on the opening kickoff threw his challenge flag and was 20 yards out on the field and was angry and mad 6 seconds into the game. I knew we were in trouble because he was dialed up and everybody was fired up on that Stamps roster. What did you think? Defensively, they played a great game, didn't they?
Yeah, man. That defense is playing lights out, just like the offense is playing lights out, man. Kudos to that defensive coordinator. I don't know much about him, but, man, he's calling some plays over there. And it's the front is playing outstanding. I don't know if I can name one person on their defensive line, but they're all playing excellent right now. So if you don't know them, you need to find out about them for sure.
That was it, 4-lane. I don't want to mispronounce it. Or Remalade. He was an unstoppable force, and because he was attracting at times double teams, it was freeing up spots for the others or whatever. And it's not like the Riders didn't have like a good football team beat a good football team, but it seemed like they made Trevor Harris look very pedestrian, and he hasn't all year. Trevor's had the magic, the quick release and all that, and for whatever they were doing, even with the quick release, Trevor he just couldn't get the ball off. And you've been in those games before where you start to disrupt it. And if you can, and they got to him early. And Charleston, if you can get to somebody early, does that play in late? Like, always got to be thinking they could be right there within a step or two?
Man, when you're playing against somebody like Trevor Harris, and that's why I said kudos to the defensive coordinator, because he's calling some great plays. He's putting players in position to win games. They're playing championship-style football, to be honest. I think what really, really frustrated Trevor Harris is they took away his first read. When you go into a game and you take away a quarterback's first read when he's more of a rhythm-style quarterback, he likes to get the ball out on time, likes to get the ball to the receiver on time, on shorter passes, and you take away that first read, it's hard on a quarterback like that likes to throw in rhythm all the time. Makes them hold the football more, makes them have to think a little bit more, a little bit hesitant about throwing that ball on the fly. So the thing is like, man, like I said, that defense is playing very, very well right now.
You would have liked the atmosphere at McMahon, because when you played there, the stands used to be full, and the stands were, I think there was 27,000. So that's kind of a sellout now because they tarp off some areas. There was a good amount of Rider fans. There was a good amount of Stance fans. It was a great night for football. Sunny, 24, no wind. It was great. I thought the Riders near the end of the second quarter there. They march down the field. They score the touchdown. They take the lead 15-14. Here's the momentum. Riders are coming back. But then, and explain to us, because the Riders scored no points in the second half. I don't know if the Stamps made a halftime adjustment. What happens at halftime in the locker room, Charleston? Do you guys sit around a whiteboard? Does the coach talk to everybody individually? Like, what happens in there? It's only 16 or 18 minutes long.
It's only a short amount of time that you got to go review film, look back at the mistakes you made, make the adjustments that you need to make the adjustments in every single, group. And after you make those adjustments in every single, position group, you got to try to come together as a team and try to, rally everybody together and, get the spirit up coming out of halftime, try to win the momentum back, try to win, the football back, and really, push guys to really give their all and figure out what they need to do to help participate to win in the game.
Because I know when the Riders went up at halftime, I know we were all standing in line at halftime, getting beer, something to eat. Vibes were high, Rider fans, high-fiving, people in jerseys, like, all right, we got it. All right, you had us for like 23 minutes, but we're rolling now. And they came out. Big play VA's stats weren't great. 14 for 21, 222 yards, 3 TDs, but 2 picks. Not his best game statistically, but it just seemed like in that zone, the Stamps receivers were always in the right spot. Deep over the linebackers, but not deep enough to be in the secondary to get big yards. And you know that, Charleston. Zone has its advantages, but it seems like the Stamps played that zone to a disadvantage to the Riders to a T.
Yeah, man, but it might not be big plays, but those are still first downs. And when you getting first downs like that, still a big play. You're still moving the chains. You're still getting positive yardage, and it's still positive things that are happening in the game. So although, the stats really don't show, how well he played, I think he made the right plays in the game when it counted.
You were a longtime Stampeder. You were also a Saskatchewan Rough Rider. I didn't check the stats, but just go with me. What's better to win, a Labor Day Classic in a Stampeder uniform or a Labor Day Classic in a Saskatchewan Rough Rider uniform?
Ooh, I don't know. I think that I would say, you know what? It depends on whether you're home or away. I know you play one home and away, but it's about the off game. Because if you win the off game, then that's the one that really matters. So the Labor Day Classic, yeah, you play one at home and one away, but then there's always an off game that you play against the same team, and then you win the tiebreaker of the group. So it's all about winning the tiebreaker.
All right. So was it a more of a party atmosphere in Calgary when you guys won the Labor Day Classic, or was it better in Regina when you guys won and beat the Bombers? Like, what was a better party?
I'm going to have to say Calgary, man. It was better in Calgary when you win, man. I enjoyed it more in Calgary when we won because I was there with my team in a longer period of time. So I came in with a bunch of guys like Brandon Smith. Shout out to Brandon Smith. It was his birthday last week. I forgot to call him. But, but
shout out Brandon Smith. Nice.
Yeah, Keon Raymond. I mean, Henry Burris, Bo Levi, Drew Tate. I mean, all the receivers and running backs and John Cornish, the legend. I played with so many. Mike Labenjo. I experienced so many different, Labor Day Classics with those guys, and we all remember the wins, and that's, I think, what was the most memorable about that.
Speaking of one of your old teammates, receiver Nick Lewis on the show a couple of weeks ago, and then near the end of the interview, he dropped something about Will Johnson being the best defensive end in the CFL or best Stampeder. I'm like, oh no, now we're just starting fights to start fights for clicks and likes on social media. Can you explain? Was this a long-running thing with you, Nick, and Will Johnson? I'm like, I totally forgot Will Johnson. He doesn't exist in the Charleston Hughes universe, but you're like, Yeah, he was pretty good as well.
You ask Will Johnson himself, and he will tell you who is the best pass rusher to ever come across that field in McMahon Stadium. He will tell you. And that's what you should have talked to Huff about, because the only reason I didn't break the record from him is because of Huff.
Why?
He didn't let me get one more sack on the Stampeder roster.
Oh, man.
All I needed was one sack. I tied him at 99. All I needed was one sack.
Man, well, if you would have got a few more hurries, you probably could have turned that into a sack, but we don't count those. So Will Johnson and Charleston Hughes, the most prolific sack guys in Stampeder history. With Labor Day coming up this week, you got the Bombers. Inconsistent, yes, but they've won the past couple of games. They're playing a little better. Running game's going. Willie Jefferson is wreaking havoc. Zach Caleros is kind of getting back. He's getting a little groove. He's probably going to be in Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's wedding party, I would think. Bombers, Riders on Sunday, the bounce back game for the Riders. Charleston, think all the pressure is on Saskatchewan to win, because the Bombers, well, they're old, they're not playing well. There's no pressure on them.
Yeah, there's no pressure, but one thing that I know is for sure is a losing team is a dangerous team, because you don't know what to expect. You don't know what side of the spectrum you're going to get on a team like that. So for Saskatchewan to lose a game like that with a really, really good team, I think it kind of keeps them in check as the best team in the league, and it makes them have to respect teams, and you got to play your best game all the time. So you can intend on the Riders probably coming off on top, winning by like 13 points.
Is it sometimes good to lose, like you had said, to kind of get your head right again or whatever? Maybe you stay off social media, stop reading your press clippings. Losing can teach you everything you need to win.
Yeah, sometimes losing ain't a bad thing. So when you're going 8-1 like that, losing really keeps you in check, and it keeps you honest. Makes you have to not get relaxed. Makes you have to really play your best ball game, because a team like Calgary, you're going to have to face them again when it comes to the playoff time.
Yeah. Toronto at Hamilton, you're going to, man, Toronto, head scratch, where they score 52 points last week, but they're the best 3-8 football team in the CFL, I think. If they beat up on BC because BC's defense can't stop anybody. They're going to take on Hamilton this week. I still like Bo Levi at home in Hamilton, and kind of what they can do. But with Toronto, they're just a wild card. They're so unpredictable.
Yeah, they're a wild card, man. A super unpredictable team. Defense really not playing well. Offense streaky, up and down. I mean, it ain't too much you can say is a good thing about that team right now. They're, like I said, man, they're in rebuild mode. And how they rebuild, I don't know, but they're gonna have to figure it out pretty soon, or there'll be some changes that happen over there too. I would never say Toronto's gonna win anyways. They're gonna lose.
Okay, all right. Now, Edmonton to Calgary, they come off a big game. They beat the Riders. All is good. This is a bit of a trap, if you ask me. They cannot lose to the Eskimos on Monday, or they lose all that momentum. And Cody Fajardo's playing better. They're a respectable team now. The Spinorama's back. He's doing some things. He's doing Cody things. Elks actually look decent. And the other thing, too, Javon Leake and is it Justin Rankin? They're playing well. Those two alone, that offense is ignited. All the pressure's on Calgary to keep this thing going, because Edmonton's still playing with house money because of their terrible start.
Yeah, man. I mean, Edmonton, it's like they got all the right pieces to the puzzle, but just don't know how to put the puzzle together still. So the thing is they just got to keep, fighting, keep working, do their best. Cody Fajardo, those running backs, they got some nice receivers over there. They just need to find a way to piece it all together. But going up against a powerhouse like Calgary, It's going to be a tough one.
It will be. And I think since Cody likes to move around a little bit, that D line, they're mobile. They may get after it. Let's chat you a little bit of life update. If I'm following correctly, your Texas is in the rear view mirror. Are you officially in Wyoming now?
Yeah, man. I moved from Texas to Wyoming now, so another part of the country.
If you're there to shoot a Yellowstone reboot with Kevin Costner, that's great. But what else are you? What brought you to Wyoming?
Really work. You know, I've been in Wyoming for about 2 weeks, almost a week now. So I've been in Wyoming for almost a week now. It's not bad, not a bad place to be. I'm like 20 minutes from the mountains. I get to see the mountains every morning. I went up to the mountains this weekend, so that was pretty fun. I did some hiking around in the woods. Got in touch with my neighbor.
Because last time we had you on, you said you were in Wyoming and you were going to go chase a bear, or a bear was going to chase you. And I'm like, I don't know if he's serious or not. Maybe he is. Don't let the bears chase you. That's not all good. Hey, college football starts on Saturday. Who's your team, or who are you watching? Because Texas is number one, coached by former Saskatchewan Rough Rider quarterback Steve Sarkisian. Kerry Joseph's on the staff there now. There's all of the hype. Michigan bought some new quarterback. They brought him in. The money, the NIL money's flowing. Who do you like in college football this year?
University of Wyoming.
Whoa. Josh Allen's alma mater.
Josh Allen. See, I was going to see if you knew that.
Oh, and if we're for all you sports fans out there, what is the name of the University of Wyoming? What? Fill in the blank. Some people know. I think the correct answer is the Cowboys.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments below.
Put it in the comments below. Hit Charleston up on Twitter with your Wyoming travel tips of things to do and things to not do. University. Wow, that's going. Because are they Div 1 or are they Div 2?
D1.
They are D1. Yeah, but they play in those crazy conferences down there. Yeah. As always, there's always a lot of hype about them, but they don't always win the national championship. You still think the SEC will be some of the stiffest competition in college football this year in the regular season? Forget the playoffs.
Oh, it will. Tough. It's tough league to play in right there, man.
Yeah. Charleston Hughes, what could you do with some of that NIL money that these kids are getting when you were 19 and 20 years old? Holy smokes.
I wish it existed. I played, man. I'll tell you that much. I know a lot of players say that, though. that at my age. I wish it was existed. I wish NIL money existed. Boy.
You've got guys in the CFL wanting to go back to college just to get NIL money.
Yeah, I got a nephew right now that plays for Cincinnati. He's probably one of the top defensive tackles in the country, and he's an NIL guy too. So I just look at him and just shake my head, just sad.
Listen, okay, so if we're going to follow the University of Cincinnati, what's his name? We'll look him up. We'll Wikipedia him. Who is he?
Do your research. Go look. Let me know who the best Cincinnati is.
All right. And we'll send him a DM on Instagram. Say, send Uncle Charleston some of that NIL money out in Wyoming. He's trapped in the forest with some bears. All right.
Yeah, I was happy. I got to see him play in Texas at Texas Tech.
Nice. It's good stuff. Charleston, we always appreciate the time. Stay safe in the woods of Wyoming. We'll check in a couple of weeks, unless otherwise. And good luck at the new job. And we'll check in from there. It's Rider and Stampeder legend. Could have got 100 sack and been the most prolific sack guy in Stampeder history, but Will Johnson and him will stay tied at 99. He is a stallion. It's Charleston Hughes on the Sports Cage right here on 620 CKRM.